All right, we all heard of lawyer-client privilege, right? Well, the same rules apply at the barber shop. Sit in that chair, what is said at that chair kind of stays at the chair, right? And if you're lucky enough to find the right barber, you got a friend for life. Al McCoy found his barber and a lifelong friend. If buildings could talk, oh, the stories this barber shop in Central Phoenix could tell.
My wife says, "Don't you ever throw anything away?" No, not with messages behind it.
Walk inside, and the walls have plenty to say.
Jerry Colangelo was your client?
Jerry's a client. I'll see him this week. That was the trophy. He brought it into my shop.
This 7th Avenue shop belongs to Ron Thomas, nearly 60 years cutting hair in the Valley, the old school way.
Frank Kush was your client too?
Yeah, sure was. Frank says, "Bring him down to the locker before the game." He said, "I got to talk to the team." He said, "They just want to talk about fishing before the game."
This place reads like a history museum, surrounded by his life's work, from his artwork to his love for fishing to his clients, some of the biggest names in Valley sports.
And of course, our man, Alma, they called him.
What'd you call him?
Alma.
Alma.
They called him Alma.
Including former longtime voice of the Suns, Al McCoy.
Some of the footage that I've seen now, I get a chance to see my cuts. They look good. Even my wife commented. She said, "They all look good."
For 50 years, the beloved broadcaster sat down for a cut.
Thanks for keeping me looking good. That's your haircut, right?
That's it. To the fastest scissors in the West.
And a chat. Ron has Al stories for decades.
He liked to have a good vodka with a little twist of lemon every once in a while. All the years that I worked on Al, I never heard him swear once. I hardly ever saw him upset and mad. It was just one of those things. And he was just a very peaceful guy.
Al and Ron bonded over family and a love of music. Al loved playing the piano. So on his birthday one year, Ron surprised him with a jam session.
So you rented a piano
Al.
For Al,
in
to
your
surprise him.
barbershop,
Yeah.
And he would just jam out.
He did.
In the barbershop.
In the shop, and I kidded with Al. I said, "Have you ever played a barbershop, Al?" He said, "Never have." I said, "You have now."
His last words to Al a few weeks before he passed away. A voicemail.
I just left the message and just said, "I wanted to hear your voice one more time. Chair's always open, Al. It's always open for you. I miss him." You know, you get goose pimples when you talk about it, when you know somebody that long and they know you.
Ron will miss his longtime friend, but like he does with all his longtime clients that pass away, their name has a forever home.
These are all gone. So when someone passes, unfortunately, and they were a client, I put the badge up. So these are very difficult. You can't replace them. You can't go out and get a 40-year customer. It doesn't work that way. You've got to earn it. So it just brings back an awful lot of memories and just good thoughts of everybody too. So Al will go here.
A forever reminder of those cuts and chats. Lena, I can't tell you how much I enjoyed hanging out with Ron. We spent like an hour and a half with him. I probably could have spent more because like every turn, everything he had in the shop had his story. He could have sat there and told me stories for hours and hours. Their friendship was so special. It was just so cool to hear.
Absolutely. And also shout out to Nicole, one of my friends. That's her papa.
Aww.
That's her family. So what a special bond. Again, the barber and the client, but to have it be Al McCoy and Ron, that's so special.
I'll say this, the stories he has heard. He can't repeat any of them.
Of course.
But he's
Sworn to
heard
secrecy.
all the behind the scenes drama, probably before any of us ever knew it. But it never leaves that chair.
Write a book, Ron. How about that?